Hi everyone and welcome to week 5. In week 5, we're going to be having 2 discussion forums and then your final paper on market structures. For this week, we're going to look at the role of market failures and why they occur in the economy. Whenever there's a market failure, you'll know that the government has to get involved to bring about a solution because the market is not able to adjust on its own. So for this week, you're going to be reading chapters 12 through 15. I've posted some interesting articles. Here's the multimedia that you could look at with the exchange rates. And here's 2 discussions that we're going to be looking at. The first discussion is, why would cash transfers typically be preferred by recipients over in-kind transfers? So a cash transfer is actually money that's transferring from the government to individuals or businesses. Now, in-kind transfers are a little bit different. In-kind transfers are looking at transfers that are substituting actual products. And this will be a little bit different than cash transfers. Because with cash transfers, you don't know where people might spend their money on. The other discussion is going to be looking at tariffs and quotas. A tariff is going to be a tax on an imported good, where a quota is an actual restriction on the output. So you want to look at a small country, and what do you think a small country would rather utilize? Would a small country rather utilize a tariff or a quota, given the role of a government? And what would be the benefits of a government in that instance? Now, the market structure paper is going to be a paper that needs to be 8 to 10 pages of content, needs to be in APA formatting. With your APA formatting, I'm grading on if you have a running header, title page, in-text citation, and references. Now, what you're doing is you're answering these 7 questions. What I recommend doing with your paper is focusing on examples and relating to the market characteristics. You want to put yourself in the role of a mayor and how a mayor is hired you to understand the structures of the business, or the structures of many of the businesses in his city. And you want to look at examples and how to understand those examples. Provide real life examples as well. Look at the barriers to entry and how the barriers to entry influence the long-run profitability. For example, if there's extremely high barriers to entry, you'll notice that firms will not be able to make firms will struggle to enter the market, which will create more higher profits in the market. Now, question 5 is looking at, question 4 is looking at competitive pressures that are present in the market with high barriers. So focus on when there's no barriers that are in a market and when there's a lot high barriers in a market. Question 5 looks at price elasticity of demand. And when you look at price elasticity of demand, you want to look at how sensitive consumers or businesses are under the price changes of those particular goods that are being sold in those particular markets. What I might recommend you doing is putting subheadings. And subheadings would be these actual questions. So when you're writing your paper, I can actually outline what you're doing for that particular question. If you need any help with your paper, please let me know. Also, click right here on the grading rubric as well. The grading rubric will be very important to outline what I'm grading on your paper. But if you need any help, please send your paper through me through email, as I'm more than willing to assist. Also, make sure to submit your paper on time, as the course will end on Monday night. And I look forward to your effort on the paper, and I appreciate the great class that we had.